Have you ever found yourself wondering why certain parts of your body just don't feel quite the same as they used to? Maybe it's those unexpected midnight trips to the bathroom, or that slower stream when nature calls. Or perhaps it's just a quiet discomfort you've been brushing aside for months, maybe years. If any of this sounds familiar, let me tell you, you're not alone. Aging comes with its fair share of changes. Some we expect, like graying hair or a little extra stiffness in the morning. But others sneak up on us, especially when it comes to things we don't always talk about openly. One of those things? Prostate health. Now, I know, talking about the prostate isn't exactly dinner table conversation. But it should be. Because when you hit your 60s, and especially beyond, what happens down there can impact how you feel, how you sleep, and even how confident you are every day. And there's one surprisingly simple, everyday habit that could play a much bigger role in this than most men realize. Let me ask you something, when was the last time you thought about how often you're relieving yourself? Not just going to the bathroom, but taking time for sexual release? I know, it's not a typical question. But believe it or not, there's growing scientific research showing that regular ejaculation may have a powerful impact on prostate health. That's right. Something as natural and normal as this might just be doing your body a huge favor. Now, before you raise an eyebrow, let's be clear, we're not talking about chasing youth or trying to prove anything. We're talking about real, evidence-based ways to support your body as it ages. Because the truth is, your prostate, that small, walnut-sized gland located just below your bladder, has a big job to do. And when it's not happy, you'll feel it in more ways than one. So today, we're diving into something that matters deeply for every man over 60, how a simple daily habit can influence your prostate, your comfort, and your quality of life. And trust me, by the time we're done, you may never look at this part of your health the same way again. Let's start with the basics. The prostate is part of the male reproductive system. It plays a significant role in producing fluid that nourishes and transports sperm. Over time, though, the prostate can become enlarged, a condition known as BPH, or benign prostatic hyperplasia. It's incredibly common. In fact, by age 60, more than half of men have some signs of BPH. That number climbs even higher as we get older. When the prostate swells, it presses against the urethra, the tube that carries urine from the bladder out of the body. That's why you might feel like you have to go more often, especially at night. Or why your stream might not be as strong as it once was. Some men even experience difficulty starting or stopping urination, or a lingering sense that their bladder isn't empty. And here's where it gets interesting. Researchers have been exploring how ejaculation might influence this entire process. One extensive study published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed nearly 30,000 men for over 8 years. What they found was surprising: men who ejaculated more frequently, about 21 times per month or more, had a significantly lower risk of developing prostate cancer. Now, that doesn't mean you need to start marking a calendar or setting a timer. But it does raise an important point. Regular release might not just be a matter of intimacy, it could be a way to support long-term prostate health. The theory is that ejaculation helps flush out the prostate and reduce the buildup of harmful substances that can contribute to inflammation or disease. Think of it like cleaning out a filter. If it's used regularly and cleared out often, it's less likely to get clogged or break down. However, if it remains unused, over time it may start to collect debris that can lead to more significant problems down the road. And this isn't just about cancer risk. Some studies suggest that regular ejaculation may reduce inflammation in the prostate and even improve symptoms of BPH. When the prostate is less inflamed, it's less likely to interfere with your urinary function, and that means fewer sleepless nights and less discomfort during the day. Of course, every man is different. What works for one might not work the same for another. And it's important to remember that this isn't a magic bullet. Ejaculation alone won't prevent all prostate issues. But it can be a helpful piece of the puzzle, especially when combined with other healthy habits. Let me be honest with you, this isn't about pressure or performance. For many men over 60, intimacy changes. It becomes less about frequency and more about connection, comfort, and quality of life. But that doesn't mean you have to stop paying attention to what your body needs. Sometimes, simply staying in tune with your sexual health can be a powerful act of self-care. And whether it happens through intimacy with a partner, self-stimulation, or just a routine that keeps things flowing, your body benefits. It's not about chasing a number. It's about staying active in a way that supports your well-being. Some men feel awkward bringing this up with their doctor, but you shouldn't. This is your health, and every part of it matters. Many urologists encourage open conversations about sexual activity because it can give valuable clues about hormone levels, circulation, and overall function. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just a part of getting older? And yes, some changes are regular. But just because something familiar doesn't mean it has to be accepted as inevitable. If there's a simple, natural, and enjoyable way to support your health, why not take advantage of it? After all, you've worked hard to get where you are. You've taken care of your family, your responsibilities, and our community. Now it's time to take care of you, every part of you. Now that we've opened the door on how something as basic as daily release can influence your prostate health, let's explore more about what's going on under the surface, because what's happening beneath the surface is just as important as what you feel day to day. You see, the prostate isn't just some idle part of the body, it's pretty sensitive to your overall lifestyle. What you eat, how often you move, and even how often you release can all affect this tiny gland in a big way. Let's talk hormones for a moment, not in a complicated, medical way, but in the real-life way that matters. As we age, testosterone levels naturally begin to decline. That's just part of the process. But did you know that a drop in testosterone can lead to an imbalance with another hormone called DHT, or dihydrotestosterone? This is important because when DHT levels rise disproportionately, it can cause the prostate to grow. That's one of the reasons so many older men develop that uncomfortable pressure or frequent urge to urinate. Now here's the kicker: regular ejaculation is believed to help regulate this balance. Some experts suggest that it may lower the concentration of substances like DHT within the prostate fluid, helping to keep things in check. Again, it's not about trying to turn back the clock, but about supporting your body so it can function as smoothly as possible at any age. However, we can't ignore another significant factor that influences all of this: stress. You've probably heard by now that stress isn't great for your health in general, but when it comes to prostate function, it can be especially sneaky. Chronic stress increases the production of cortisol, a hormone that, in high levels over time, can lead to inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. And let's face it, life doesn't get less stressful after 60. You may be facing retirement transitions, health concerns, caregiving responsibilities, or simply the emotional burden of watching the world change at an unprecedented pace. That's why finding small, consistent ways to relax and release tension is so important, not just mentally, but physically. Daily release can act as a natural stress reliever. When you orgasm, your body releases a flood of feel-good chemicals like oxytocin and dopamine. These aren't just there to make you feel good in the moment, they also help reduce stress, improve sleep, and promote a sense of well-being that lingers long after. In a way, it's like hitting the reset button on your nervous system. After a release, your mind is clearer, your mood is lighter, and your body feels more in balance. It's not just about sexual health, it's about whole body health. The kind that helps you show up more present in your life, with your loved ones, and even for yourself. Now, let me be very clear, this is not about pressure or perfection. There's no magic number you need to hit. Some men feel comfortable with daily release, while others prefer it a few times a week. It's not a competition, it's about consistency, comfort, and listening to what your body is telling you. And let's not forget the emotional side of all this. When you stay connected to your body in a positive, shame-free way, it helps you maintain a strong connection to your confidence. Too many men over 60 feel like this part of life has to slow down or fade away. But it doesn't. You can redefine intimacy and pleasure on your terms. Many men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s report enjoying a deeper, more meaningful connection with their bodies than they did in their younger years. Why? Because they've stopped chasing performance and started embracing experience. This daily habit, simple as it may seem, can become a form of gentle self-care. Just like brushing your teeth or stretching in the morning, it's a way of honoring your body's needs and giving yourself something that supports your health in the long run. It's also a good opportunity to tune in to any changes. If something feels off, if there's discomfort, blood in the semen, or ongoing pain in the lower back or pelvic area, those could be signs of a prostate issue that needs attention. Don't ignore those warning signs. The earlier you catch a problem, the easier it is to manage. And believe it or not, your doctor has heard it all before. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. Another thing I'd like to address is sleep. Because this bit may help improve your sleep as well. When the prostate is inflamed or enlarged, it can lead to those multiple nighttime trips to the bathroom, which disrupt your rest and leave you feeling groggy during the day. By promoting a healthier prostate and reducing inflammation, regular release may help alleviate those nighttime interruptions, allowing you to get the deep, uninterrupted rest your body truly needs. And here's something most people don't talk about: how good sleep feeds right back into your hormonal balance. It's a full circle effect. Better sleep helps regulate testosterone. More balanced hormones help regulate prostate size and function. A happier prostate leads to better sleep. It's all connected, and it often starts with simple, overlooked habits. So if you've been feeling tired, a little off, or just not quite yourself lately, this might be a gentle place to start. It's not flashy. It's not expensive. It's not some supplement with a fancy label. It's your own body, reminding you that you have tools already built in to support your health and well-being. And yes, some men might find this idea amusing. Others might shrug it off. But those who pay attention, who stay curious, who remain connected to their body, are the ones who age with more vitality, more ease, and often more joy. We've all heard the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. And while that may sound like a bit of an old wives' tale, there's truth to it. Regular sexual activity, even solo, keeps the muscles and tissues of the pelvic area active. It maintains circulation. It sends a message to your body that this part of life still matters, still works, and still brings value. And I don't know about you, but I think that's a powerful thing: to reclaim your health, to reclaim your confidence, and to know that even at 60, 70, or beyond, you're not winding down, you're just learning how to live better, smarter, and more in tune with what your body needs. Now, if there's one thing that deserves repeating, it's this: taking care of your prostate isn't about fixing a problem once it's too late. It's about creating a daily rhythm that supports your body before the warning lights ever flash. That's the beauty of habits: they don't have to be dramatic or life-changing overnight. But over time, they can shape the way you feel, move, rest, and live. And here's the thing: your prostate isn't operating in a vacuum. It's a part of a bigger system. Your whole body, your mind, your hormones, your lifestyle, they all speak to one another. If you're staying active, eating well, and yes, maintaining regular release, your entire system starts to find its rhythm again. The body begins to function like the well-oiled machine it was meant to be. This is an unusual topic to focus on. After all, for decades, we were told to keep quiet about these things. But silence doesn't serve your health. Awareness does. And when you're aware of what your body's trying to tell you, you can start to work with it instead of against it. Let's say you're someone who hasn't thought about this habit in a long time. Maybe it's because of a health condition, low libido, or just a general sense of detachment from this part of yourself. That's okay. It's never too late to reconnect with your body, and you don't have to jump into anything overnight. Sometimes, it starts with simply acknowledging that this part of you is still alive, still worthy of attention, and still a vital piece of your overall health. You might start by talking to your doctor not just about medications or procedures, but about lifestyle, hormones, and any challenges you've noticed. There are plenty of ways to support a healthy libido naturally, from improving sleep and reducing stress to making sure you're getting the proper nutrients like zinc and omega-3s. Some men also benefit from pelvic floor exercises, or what's known as Kegels, which can help strengthen the muscles involved in urination and sexual function. But again, it's not just about performance, it's about presence. Being present with your body, your sensations, and your health journey. Even if you've had a prostate procedure or are managing a chronic condition, that doesn't mean intimacy is off the table. Many men rediscover entirely new dimensions of pleasure and connection later in life, precisely because they're more patient, more in tune, and more appreciative of the moments that matter. Let me share something you might not hear in most health talks: joy is medicine. Yes, absolute joy. And the kind of joy that comes from feeling alive in your skin, knowing your body is working for you, not against you. Whether it's from laughing with a partner, taking a quiet moment for yourself, or simply having a good night's sleep because you're not waking up every 2 hours to use the bathroom, that kind of peace is priceless. So if this habit, simple as it may be, contributes to even a small part of that joy, isn't it worth considering? This conversation isn't just for men over 60, it's for their partners too. If you're watching this and thinking, how do I support the man I love as he ages? It starts with understanding. By opening up the conversation, creating space for vulnerability, and making room for connection, you become a part of his healing process, not just physically, but also emotionally. And I know, not every day is perfect. Some days, you may feel tired. Other days, you may question whether any of this matters. But here's what I want you to take away from this: every single thing you do for your health adds up. Every small habit, every intentional choice, every moment of self-care, it all builds a foundation for the life you still have ahead of you. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, your story isn't finished. There are still chapters to write, memories to create, and new parts of yourself to explore. And taking care of your prostate, yes, even through something as ordinary as regular ejaculation, is part of that story. It's part of honoring the body that's carried you this far and preparing it to take you even further. So here's what I want you to remember: you're not alone in this. Millions of men are walking the same path. Some are just a few steps behind you, looking for guidance. Others are a few steps ahead, showing what's possible. But you? You're exactly where you need to be, right here, right now, choosing to take your health into your own hands. And if today's video helped shine a light on something you hadn't considered before, then I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below, whether it's a question, an experience, or just a word of encouragement to others watching. Because when we talk openly, we give each other permission to grow, to heal, and to thrive. If this resonates with you, please tap the like button. It lets us know we're creating content that matters. And if you want more real talk about men's health, aging with strength, and living fully no matter your age, hit that subscribe button. We've got more powerful and uplifting content coming your way. But more than anything, I hope you walk away from this with one simple truth: your body is not broken. It's wise. It's resilient. And it's still capable of amazing things. So honor it. Care for it. And don't be afraid to embrace every part of your health journey, even the ones that are rarely talked about. Here's to strength, to connection, and to living your best life at any age. You deserve it.